No, I came out of the subway.
Louder.
I came out of the subway this evening, and I walk up this block, and I haven't been here in a couple of years, like more than 3 years. I was over by Gold Street because I led an effort to get Gold Street co-named after Ida B. Wells. Ida B. Wells actually lived on Gold Street for 3 years after the Ku Klux Klan burned out her newspaper offices when she led the fight against lynching. This part of Brooklyn was an area of Brooklyn that holds so much history. And I walked this evening up this block, and I'm looking around, and I'm looking, and I'm like, holy flank. Look at all of these glass and steel towers. This whole block was small buildings that dated from the 1830s and the 1840s. And these two blocks, this was a community of abolitionists. Just about everybody that lived on these two blocks, they were abolitionists. I want you to think about it. Underground Railroad activity in the 1840s and the 1830s and the 1850s, it was illegal. It was illegal to help blacks escape to freedom, even here in New York City.
Especially here.
And we still ain't free.
And for a big part of the 1830s, the chief of the criminal justice system, the court system in New York City, his name was Richard Riker. He was the chief magistrate. He was the center of a web of bounty hunting rings that were kidnapping the children of free black families, and he would issue, under the Fugitive Slave Act, he would issue certificates of removal so that the bounty hunters could legally remove these children from New York State and sell them down to Alabama and Mississippi, down to the slavocracy. They had a whole big thing under EDC and the Bloomberg administration, and this really happened. They wanted to expand, and now you can see what happened. They did. They expanded Metrotech. This was a real estate steamroller, real estate development steamroller that was more than $2 billion. And I told all the people that got together back then, 2006, 2007, 2008, I said, this is their game. This is their game. They want you to play their game. Their game is unequivocally to prove, beyond a shadow of a doubt, how the hell do you do that there was Underground Railroad activity at this location. And so they did this report that cost like $600,000 that said, oh, there was a substantial probability, just under a high probability, of Underground Railroad activity. I said, you will never unequivocally prove Underground Railroad activity in this location, even though we absolutely know that there was Underground Railroad activity in this location. I said, if you find a skeleton in the basement with iron manacles around the bones, they'll say, no, that's not sufficient proof. Maybe he escaped from a chain gang. And so I said, we got to change the paradigm. You guys know what paradigm means? You got to change the framework. I said the framework is resistance to slavery is reason enough to preserve the building.
Yes!
Woo!
Thank you!
And there is no doubt, the Truesdales and all the people that came here and all these other great black and white abolitionists that live up and down these 2 blocks. And they're crying out from heaven, because they're all in heaven.
Yeah.
They're crying out, remember us, remember what we did, remember how we worked together to end slavery in the United States.
Thank you.
All right.
And